Okay, so I've been asked recently how I'm using local AI. I have a powerful computer. I have a 4090. So I'm using Claude Code. I'll just show you an example. Can you give me an overview of what's in this repository? So now I'll use Claude Code running locally. You can use Claude Code Router for that. While it's generating, like I'm using LM Studio, it's a Qwen 3.5 model. You can use honestly any model that you want. It's important though that you use a good context window, especially if you think you'll do a lot of coding with it. I'm personally using 100K right now, but yeah, so while it's running, I'll show you. I use the speech to text. It's open source. It's called Handy. You can use, again, any model that you want. I'm using Whisper Turbo at the moment. What I like about this one is, like, of course, it's not going to be perfect. Every speech to text has an issue tool, at least that I tried, but you can use and add custom words around it. So if you like, it's multi-language as well. Like I speak French, so I can speak French to it as well. I really like it. So I can show you a bit, like it's been running, but it's a handy that computer. It's on GitHub. It's open source. You can run it again on your own hardware. I'll of course put a link in the description as well. But yeah, the main thing that I'm using is I like to use Claude Code because everything that you know and like everything works with Claude Code. Like it's not the model. Of course, the model from Anthropic is one of the best out there, if not the best. But like if you're able to use agent, by the way, batch, something that I'm using a lot to perform like a bunch of tasks one after the other. Basically, if you already know the harness of Claude Code, you can use slash command, slash agent, and a bunch of other things. It still work with local models. So if you use an agent team, it will still work with local models as well. I'm using that more for cybersecurity tasks, like checking logs, things that I don't really want to give an an AI company access to my private data. But it depends on what you're doing. Ideally, the best of both worlds that I could show my open class setup later or in another video, but you can use a state-of-the-art model to be the orchestrator and then use a local model to execute the task. For example, web research, you don't need to have a super powerful model to just crunch a bunch of data. But yeah, um, like you can use an agent, you can add config. By the way, it's just a way to talk to like to ask a side question without bloating the context. If you don't know, you can use bang to run a command, and then Claude Code will have that context as well. So in case you maybe wants to give access to something, maybe you need to have a. I mainly use it if I run a binary, like a hacking tool or something like that. I can just run the hacking tool in dash dash help. So at least now the Claude Code session will know how to use and interact with the tool. Yeah, it's just a bunch of ways that I'm using it. But so yeah, I'm no longer typing anymore. I was a big well advocate for learning to type faster, and honestly, I can still talk way faster than how I type. So I'm moving well less and less from the keyboard and more to just talking. And like if there's an with Handy, it's like a good open source model. You don't need to host, you don't send anything to anyone. So I quite like it. I switched to LM Studio because honestly, Olama was crashing a lot on my system. I'm not sure if anyone has the same issues, but it also put a queue on the. Let's let's just try spawn a team of 2 agents to perform something. I'm not sure what it's going to come against, but it says processing prompt. After that, it's generating, but it can run multiple in parallel. So if you use subagent, yeah, I should have said subagent probably. Okay, split the task into 5 subagent. So let's say it's going to try to run a bunch of subagent, and LM Studio is able to parallelize those input. A team of specialized agent, sure. And honestly, the performance is quite good. Like I know I have a 4090, but it's changed. What you need to know is pretty much the NVRAM. That's is as important. But you can probably run a lot of local models now, especially now that Google's discovered a new way to better quantize the models. So yeah, I don't really care what's going to do. So another thing that I'm doing that I can teach you is like image generation for well, again, using local models with ComfyUI. I'm trying to like recreate some video games that I like and stuff like that. So even if you generate web application, to have the AI be able to generate images that fit either for the logo, the description, or anything else, well, I think it's useful. The main goal is just to give every tool that the AI need to make a good decision. So that's why talking to it is one of the first things that I do, just because in the same amount of time, you're able to give much more context on what you're wanting to do. But yeah, sometimes it's not perfect, as you can see here. It will probably retry a bunch of other ways, but yeah. So see now it's working at least. Of course, like it's a local model, so it will still take a while. If you can automate stuff like with my OpenClaw, you can automate it during the night with cron job and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. That might be a bigger task than what I anticipated for this video, but we'll see. While it's doing that, I can show you the ComfyUI, at least the website. Hmm. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Of course, you can generate videos, images. It's a workflow. And you can use a skill to be able to interact with it, or you can create your own. Like what I did is just installed it and I gave it to Claude Code, and it says like generate a video game asset. It downloaded the models that you needed, and then it's like trying a bunch of stuff. Like it's probably going to be an item for one of the video games that I'm trying. Of course, like some images are not the best. One of the things that is interesting, the Qwen 3.5 models has vision. Like you can see here, this model can process image inputs. So that's the thing I was talking about. Like there's multiple processing in real time. Of course, it's going to be slower, but when you want to split the task into multiple agents, that's one of the way to do it. And you can even configure it like for the orchestrator, you use a big model, like a state-of-the-art model, and then for the subagent, if the subagent is a simple task, you can use a local model. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm using local AI right now to perform web search, to create images for well, video games and ideas that I'm tinkering around. I'm not sure like how people are using it. But like if you have an old Mac Studio, an old computer, it it works. I mean, if you want to check what you can run, you can also check can I run that AI. It's basically a website that gives you an overview of what your hardware can run. Of course, all the links will be in the description, but like I'm not sure it's worth me to just wait for the agent to finish. But you see pretty much the workflow. You can automate stuff. You can do slash command, everything that well, Claude Code and Entropic is it's built into the binary itself. So even if you use another models, it still works. So yeah, I'm starting like well, rebranding the YouTube channel. I'm gonna specialize more into AI and cybersecurity. So if you want to know more about local models, you have any question, I have a school community, you can get in touch with me. That's pretty much all about it. I'll learn and tell you what I'm learning. So until the next video, guys, stay safe.